The stump, where his penis used to be, began to bleed. David Cameron quietly excused himself from the conversation. Locked in a bathroom stall, he was finally able to attend to his secret wound and its steady trickling of rouge. Had anyone seen? He would have to be more careful. Tearing the toilet paper from the wall, he at last let out a groan when he noticed how cheap the stuff was. Only one layer, no scent of chamomile, more like sandpaper than velvet dreams. What did he expect? This was Asda in Croydon. With alarming pace, the crimson plasma soaked through wads of single ply. David Cameron looked out of the window at the grey sky. Anything to distract him from his current predicament. Just as he was about to tear the next desperate length from the wall, the door creaked open. The English Premier froze, hovered above the plastic toilet seat he refused to touch, and someone slowly entered the restroom. It must have been a heavy man, each footstep an eternity apart, each one disturbingly audible. "It can't be one of my aides," thought Cameron, noting that none of the idealistic young political grads he employed were anywhere near so large as to produce such a deep stomp. And it seemed the source of this stomp, this oath, was moving towards his bathroom stall. Each step that bit louder, each step a threat to the security of David Cameron's innermost sanctum, the only place he could acknowledge his horrible secret, the horror of the event at its origin. Despite his unease with his surroundings, it was as if the men's room in Asda Croydon had represented this place from deep within, had stood in for it, the moment he had lowered his trousers to attend to his wound, and now this intruder was heading straight for him. Closer now. David Cameron's dread boiled over. He suddenly wished the man would open his stall door, discover his secret, that it would be out in the open once and for all. That lurking fear that crept up during every TV appearance, every parliamentary session, every phone call to campaign donors, every time he turned his wife away. They would all know, and the fear would be gone. The man had stopped. Cameron looked at the stall door, beyond the graffiti on its garish teal face, imagining that directly behind it was the face of the fat man, looking straight back at him. Waiting like a cowboy in a shootout, waiting for the exact moment, of movement, a sound, to pounce. David Cameron could feel his stump tighten. And then, 3 sounds. The man unzipped. He began to piss into a urinal, and he sighed with relief. Cameron didn't dare yet move, but he offered a prayer of thanks to God above, who had saved him once more. Then... Oh God. Oh Christ, no. The blood was dripping out of the soaked wad, each drop on the dirty Asda floor echoing throughout the room. The fat man had stopped pissing. He could hear it. There was no way he couldn't hear it. This was it. There was no hiding now. David Cameron thrust a length of toilet paper to his intact balls and the flame-red area above. Wrapped it round and round, then round his hips till he had a makeshift nappy. Up went the trousers, down went the shirt. Cameron wiped the dense sweat of his forehead and opened his stall to confront destiny. The man was gone. Motherfucker hadn't even washed his hands, and the relief that came over David Cameron was like nothing he had experienced since the night his wife conceived their Florence. The British Prime Minister looked out of the window. It was a beautiful day in Croydon.